Waffle Gang, I do hope you are well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story. Much love, guys. Now today's first story comes from Schmettles, who says, "Am I the arsehole for telling my boyfriend to go F himself for telling me to drink my coffee in a particular way under his roof?" It starts, "I take a long time to drink my coffee, and as a result sometimes get cold before I finish it. I don't mind cold coffee, so I drink it anyway. My boyfriend thinks this is disgusting. He doesn't like coffee anyway. He told me that he doesn't want me to drink my coffee that way because it disgusts him. I told him that it's me who's drinking it, why should he care? He insisted that it is disgusting, and if I don't want you to drink a cup of coffee around the house, then you don't. And the good old my house, my rules. He compared it to him not wanting guests to smoke in his house or taking off shoes at the door. However, I told him those examples are not comparable because secondhand smoke is still harmful and wearing dirty shoes in the house makes the floor dirty for everyone else's feet. How I drink a cup of coffee does neither. I lost my cool and told him to go F himself for being controlling. Am I the arsehole?" And of course we have further information from OP when people was asking OP questions. Failed says, "Not the arsehole. Has he ever heard of iced coffee? Why are you living with him?" OP says, "I don't even live with him. We're in a long distance relationship and this is when I stayed with him in his parents' house over 2 weeks." So he done the my house, my rules whilst living in his parents' house. Okay then. Failed says, "He's showing you his true self. Believe him." Amamesica says, "Red flags, here, you drop these. Trying to control how you drink your coffee is a huge red flag. Definitely don't give in, but it'll only get worse from here. What you can eat and can't eat, what you can wear and can't wear, who you can and can't see, etc. Not the arsehole." And Miss America says, "The narcissist prayer. That didn't happen, and if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal. And if it is, it's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it. Red flag. I'm sorry you found it as a controlling act. Oh Lord." OP added a mini update that same day and said, "I showed him the comments and he conveniently came up with the excuse. I'm sorry you found it as a controlling act. I said that because not being used to coffee, I can smell its odor. So I don't want the odor to spread around the house. I told him it's not a matter of me seeing it that way. He is being controlling and it's unacceptable. He keeps asking me to explain why, even though I feel like I have about 1,000,000 times. I said that I've explained enough and I'm not interested in talking until he takes responsibility." Starry Motley says, "Regarding your update, he's framing this as a matter of your opinion and pretending not to understand in order to avoid admitting what's obvious to everyone on this sub. This is because he already knows he's behaving badly and is doing it on purpose and wants to continue doing it because it benefits him. Big, big, big red flags. Please get away from him. Not the arsehole. He's controlling and manipulative." OP says, "Thank you for your input. Can I ask what it is you think he's benefiting from?" Starry replies saying he gets to control you. Maybe not on everything, but the longer you stay and the more controlling behavior you tolerate, the more will slip under the radar and the more you'll end up meeting his unreasonable demands. You'll decide, not even consciously, that you would rather do what he wants than fight him on some small issue, and then another small issue, and then a big one. And meanwhile, he'll not be making efforts to please and accommodate you. You may even start to question yourself and internalize his viewpoint. It's never about cold coffee. It's about power. Manipulators and controlling people never start with, be my 24/7 maid who I have sex with, but who never gets off herself, who gives me children if I'm into that, who isn't allowed to have money or a job or talk to her friends and family, who lives miles or countries away from anybody who might help her get out of this abusive relationship. They don't start there. They start with, you drink coffee the wrong way. And I'm so very sorry that you were irrational about my coffee request. If you had pointed out how many people think he was an arsehole about the coffee, and he had gone, oh wow, yeah, I was being an arsehole, I'm sorry, and then not done it again, then that would be one thing. But what you posted about his response sent chills down my spine. That is not the response of a mostly well-meaning guy. That is the response of a guy who will twist reality into knots to get what he wants. Cosmic Ocean Horror says, fuck no, that guy sounds like an arsehole. He sounds like a chauvinist pig, and he doesn't deserve you. Quick question. Surely you knew whether or not you were the arsehole before you posted this. OP said, I was sure that I was not the arsehole, but he doesn't take responsibility and instead assumes it's because of my past emotionally abusive relationship. Failed reply saying that's called gaslighting. Your current boyfriend is emotionally abusing you. You're breaking up with him, right? OP says, I told him about the comments and he said, I'm sorry that you found it as a controlling act. I said that because, not being used to coffee, I can smell its odor, so I don't want the odor to spread around the house. I told him it's not a matter of how I see it. His behavior is unacceptable. He keeps asking me to explain why, even though I feel like I've already explained a million times. I eventually said that I'm not interested in talking until he takes full responsibility. He just said, I am deeply sorry. What I did was criticism over a small thing, like drinking coffee, and I must have made you feel unaccepted and imperfect. Something like this should never become a constant dynamic in any relationship. I take full responsibility for what happened. What do I do? Failed says it's entirely up to you, but I can promise you this will not be the first or last time he does this. His apology sounds like he's telling you what you want to hear, so you'll drop it. He's sorry that you found his behavior controlling. He's not sorry for being controlling. There is a very clear difference. So OP came in to update the post and said, so someone posted on my boyfriend's social media page as a comment, now deleted in the original post. Unfortunately, my boyfriend still received some nasty messages, which was never meant to happen, regardless of who was at fault. If you are the person who did this, you are the arsehole big time. Why on earth would you do that? What if I was in a dangerous, abusive relationship? That could have put my life in danger. My boyfriend, even though I showed him the original post, while there were 6 comments, blamed me for this person's behavior and accused me of allowing cyberbullying. He also did not agree with any of the comments. I told him I understand why he's upset and that I am upset too, because I truly believed it was completely anonymous and I did all I could to remove the comment as soon as I saw it. He did not agree with any of the comments and said that I'm the one who's controlling. He also said that what I did is unforgivable as well as irresponsible and reckless. I said I needed to be alone to think about things. After I thought about everything that happened, I asked if we could talk the next day. Despite what happened, I felt it would be the decent thing to talk on the phone. I feel he responded pretty aggressively, saying things like, I'm ready now, don't know about tomorrow. He told me to write it down as I preferred to have a mob go at him, to text him tomorrow to check when he's available, and that he's not at my disposal. I told him to please stop being aggressive. It's unreasonable to expect me to guess when he's available, and that the point of asking when he's available is to appreciate he may have other things to do. The next day, I sent him a voice recording because I felt that he would turn aggressive on the phone. I told him that I think we're on different paths and it would be for the best to end this relationship. Apparently, by that point, he already decided to end the relationship, but then said later that he was willing to give me a second chance and that his love was stronger. He said that he made grave mistakes and that he feels sorry, but he doesn't want to be with someone who doesn't let him be himself. Okay, hope that gives him the closure he needs. Then I had a cup of coffee. Edit. Sorry if it was unclear. What I meant to say is that I broke up with him, and then I enjoyed my cup of coffee in peace. Someone says to OP, just a question here. Did you make you or are your boyfriend identifiable in the post? How would anyone have known it was your boyfriend to share his social media, other than him when you showed him the post and responses? Throwing out the theory here that he posted his own social media in there to manipulate the situation and distract it from him being wrong. It's no longer about him being controlling about coffee, but makes you feel bad and puts you at fault for making the Reddit post. OP says no, I didn't post any identifiable information. No names, no locations, nothing. Just a conversation. I thought perhaps someone found my social media page through a picture I posted of myself and found him that way, so I deleted it. I also thought that it might have actually been him because I sent him a screenshot of my original post when there were only 6 comments. And he didn't seem to have anything wrong with what I wrote. In fact, he kept asking if more people commented. He told me that someone gave him the link to the post. I never hid the post from him. Someone says really strange. I think it was him to be honest, but gal, I see in the comments you are now free to enjoy your lukewarm coffee in peace. OP says yeah, On second thoughts, I should have asked him to send me a screenshot of what messages he received. Thank you.